Today, I want to share how one candle can completely change your trading forever. One candle is what has allowed me to have results like this, and that has finally made me profitable. Understanding this one candle is everything you need in order to become profitable because there's so much information in simple candles. And today, I want to give you a full step-by-step on how to master this one candle and give you the exact criteria to execute on to finally have profitable trading results. So with that being said, let's jump onto the screen. So one candle is all you need to become profitable. Now you might be asking, what candle are we talking about? We're talking about the daily candle. But first, we need to understand what candles actually are. Candles are simply a depiction of price action and time. And what does that mean? That means that let's say that this is the daily candle and this is the candle that was printed. Then we know the price when the day opened, the price when the day closed, the highest price of the day, and the lowest price of the day. The same thing on a bearish candle. We know when it opened, the high of the day, when it closed, and the low of the day. This on a daily candle being the daily chart. But the same exact thing happens on all the other time frames. But there's one thing that these candles always tell us and everyone always ignores it. And that is that on a bullish day, there was a point in which the candle was actually bearish, because you know that if the market opens and it moves lower, then this candle is actually going to be a bearish candle until eventually price reverses and starts moving to the upside, creating the bullish candle. And this already tells us a lot about how we are going to trade this. And I'm going to give you an exact step-by-step checklist that already made me profitable. But first, let's look at the bearish candle. So on the bearish candle, it's the exact same. At one point, the bearish candle was a bullish candle, and then eventually we got the expansion to the downside. We call this the power of three. The power of three are three stages. It's accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Accumulation is when the market is gathering orders, usually one session before our trading session. Then the manipulation is to get traders caught out of the market. How many times have you seen the market breaking out and you thought, oh my god, the market is going bullish, and you start longing just for the market to then fully reverse and you take the loss? That's because you were getting caught in the manipulation stage of the delivery. And then we have the distribution stage of the delivery, which is when the market starts going in our desired direction. But notice how every bearish candle at one point was actually a bullish candle before it started reversing and started moving to the downside, creating the expansion. And the same thing goes for the bullish candle that at one point was a bearish candle before we had the bullish delivery. Now, how does this help us? Well, it's about understanding the three stages of a candle. And with that, we know that this is not where we want to be executing. This is not where we want to be executing. And this shows you exactly where you want to be executing. And this is the knowledge that has changed my trading forever. Number one, knowing that I don't want to be trading for the bulk of the manipulation of the move. Second, knowing that once the market starts distributing, I don't need to call the low, I just need to be able to go with the trend throughout the day. And third, not getting caught on the manipulation. Now, I want you to notice how the price action that I've just drawn out shows you exactly how we are going to execute. So let's look at the entry criteria. The entry criteria is that we are going to wait for 9:30 a.m. open. This is New York time. We are going to wait for 5-minute manipulation, and then we are going to wait for an engulfing candle, and we will enter on the created order block, targeting a 1 to 2R. So notice how what we are saying is that what we are waiting for is the range, then the 9:30 a.m. open, the 5-minute manipulation, and then we want the engulfing candle. And for traders who don't know what an engulfing candle is, an engulfing candle is simply one candle that engulfs the previous part of the move, be it one candle or even two candles. So this reversal is called an engulfing candle. So we wait for the engulfing candle, we enter on the created order block. The order block is going to be the block of orders that have been created on this move to the downside. So this move to the downside is going to be our newly created order block. And then we are going to be targeting 1 to 2R with a stop loss below the 5-minute engulfing candle. So let me go on the charts and show you exactly how we do it. So we wait for the 9:30 a.m. opening, and this works great on NASDAQ. And then I want you to notice how there's absolutely no manipulation until we start moving lower. We liquidated every single trader that has traded today. And then we have the engulfing candle right here. So we are going to set our entries at the created order block with the stop loss below the 5-minute candle, and we are going to target 1 to 2R, which, as you see, you don't require a huge move for you to become profitable. So let's set a buy. Stop loss is going to go below the low, and the take profit is going to go above the high. And then we get tapped in, and a little bit after, the market goes to our take profit, and in 15 minutes we are able to make $1,200. Not too bad for a 15-minute day. Now here is another example. We have the New York Open. We have the market moving to the downside, creating that manipulation. Not only that, we also have the sweep of the lows, which means that every single trader that traded during New York, this is New York lows, which means that every single trader that traded for the last 2.5 hours and longed is now at a loss. And then we have the very strong reversal. So we have the accumulation, manipulation, and the engulfing candle. So we have our engulfing candle, we set our entry at the order block, and then we target the 1 to 2. So now we set the limit order, we have our stop loss, and we have our take profit. The market comes into our order block, the down close candles, and then we come back down, and we then end up reaching the final take profit in just 30 minutes for a total of $900. So in all our examples, we've been able to see the accumulation, the manipulation, and the distribution. And I want to show you one last thing that is very, very important. I want you to note down how on every single day we had manipulation, distribution. We had manipulation, distribution, manipulation, distribution, manipulation, distribution, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So by understanding that the market is always going to accumulate, we are going to lose the fear of missing out. Knowing that the market is going to manipulate is going to allow us to not get caught out on the wrong side of the trend. And knowing that the market is going to distribute allows us to be patient in waiting for our entry. And this is what got Jeff funded in 20 days, Christy funded in 10 days, Sander from rock bottom into 50 payouts, Tomasz funded in just 30 days, Tori funded in 20 days, and Mark funded in 78 days after 2 years of failing. And if you want to be mentored on a daily basis by me with daily market breakdowns, live streams, all the resources, all the help and guidance that you need on a daily basis, then make sure to check the second link in the description. This is Funded Trading Blueprint, where we guarantee that you will get funded in 90 days. So make sure to check the link in the description, apply to see if you're the right fit, because we want to work with traders that are actually dedicated. We only let a handful of people in, so apply, let us see if you're the right fit, and if that's the case, then I'll see you inside. And don't forget, I post weekly videos on strategy, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and come back for more. So with that, I'll see you in the next one.